Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to my first impressions of Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. This is a spiritual successor to the Wonder Boy series, a series that started, I think, in like 1988 on the Master System. Ridiculously long time ago. Anyway, this is a Metroidvania-esque style platformer. I say that in like the lightest sense of the word, because that phrase has just been overused. But anyway, you got a lot of platforming, you got a lot of exploration. As you can see, look at all these icons, look at them! Look at that legend right there. I am like 16% done with this game. I'm like 4.5 hours in, so there is a bit more for me to do. Now, as you'd expect from a game like this, you have all these abilities that can help you progress throughout the world. Basically, the mechanic is exploration and finding items to explore even more, which is my favorite type. Love games like Resident Evil, love games like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and I love this game. Now, the cool thing about this is that not only do they give you transformation abilities to mess around with, but they also give you inventory items. Some of them are not usable on certain transformations, like the pig right here can't use swords, but the frog can. And obviously there's 3 more to get later on. The frog can jump a little bit higher. At least I think. I don't know for certain, but he can double jump with the boots that you can get. You can also lick and grab things that like spring you up, which leads to some really, really fun platforming. The pig has an item selection that he can use, like that. And then you have the snake, which can get into smaller areas, like little holes. You can climb walls that are filled with moss. You can also spit acid as an attack, which is a really nice ranged ability. Anyway, you can also charge and break bricks, which is a ability I got, over here, a talisman. Frog talisman, which allows me to swallow items and spit them out, so good for certain areas. And then here are the pig's magic items. This one I just got from this dungeon, the bouncing bomb, destroys explodable walls and other items, or barricades, whatever. You also have little shops here. The shops lack animation or dialogue or anything. It's kind of cheap, I gotta say, but, in and out, whatever. Heal HP, get some liquid that refills some of your hearts, used automatically when your HP reaches 0, which is nice. Antidotes. And there's items to get more equipment later on, so some of the stuff you can get throughout the overworld, like the Ice Sword, which freezes waterfalls. Then you have the Fire Sword, which is elemental damage. We're actually going to equip that now. And I'm actually going to equip the Crimson Uniform. The Prince Tunic just lets you see through dark areas, which is nice, but this one gives you a nice little defense bonus. Actually, there might not be any... No, there is a attack difference. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, let's go down here. Might be a boss, might not be. Oh, okay. Okay, so one of the mechanics in this dungeon is that you can use the frog to grab these things to change the level around a little bit. And I'm actually going to let you listen to the music right here, because it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty nice, pretty groovy. I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do here. I think I have an idea. I just need to... I can't really flick the bomb back up at him. Or can I? Maybe if I hold on to one. So yeah, the game is fairly good when it comes to controls. It's pretty tight. A really nice platformer. These guys are a little annoying now. Maybe I have to just... I do a tiny bit of damage, but not a whole lot. And those guys die every single time. There's always a bit of a puzzle to this game. Maybe if I... Sometimes you just don't know. Like, it's, a little confusing here. Oh, you know what? I think I know what I need to do. It's this shield that I got earlier. There we go. Ah, alright. So you think it's something to do with the bomb guys, but it's not. So sometimes it can throw you off a little bit like that. For the most part, the game's not like that. It's fairly... In fact, I'd say it's a little bit too easy sometimes. Oh, shoot. So, yeah, you have a variety of items to choose from to change up, like, how you even fight, down to, like, the mandatory puzzle solving that goes around. I keep forgetting that he does that. Okay, so we kill these things, and then he'll stop messing around, he'll just start doing this. Okay. Okay. Alright, it's all coming together. Yeah, so a little bit easy once you figure it out, but I'm actually okay with that. This is more of a relaxing Metroidvania platformer, unlike a lot of other games, like, Castlevania, or not, I'm sorry, not Castlevania, Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, which is the successor to Castlevania, is a lot more difficult. It came out earlier this year. It's got, a lot more bosses, a lot more difficult enemies, a lot of abilities to use to level up and mess around with, and oh, we got a line ability, nice. But the main thing of that game is that, okay, it's always providing you a crazy tough challenge like the original ones did. It's always throwing at, like, tough enemies, a lot of things you have to maneuver over. This game has some, like, gauntlets, it has some challenge there, but it's not going to be crazy hard like those games. It's less to do about, like, you know, the exploration and getting around all the crazy stuff, and more about, like, what each individual room has and what you do. Usually it's puzzles, sometimes it's a lot of platforming, sometimes it's a test, really fun platforming. Flying around with that frog, ton of fun. As Lions, you can dash by pressing Y to smash through destructible blocks. You can also perform a downward dash attack. Okay. And can he equip items? Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. And of course, the art's really charming. That's one of the complaints I actually had about Ritual of the Night Moon thing. Bloodstained. God, it was just not that good aesthetically. Like, the graphics just, you know, sometimes looked alright lighting-wise, but it just really looked like a generic Unity or Unreal Engine game. There's some charm to the dialogue as well. The music, of course, is great. But the aesthetic is really, really where it's at. Oh, this is cool. Okay. So yeah, we're probably gonna get back to the overworld here. Save points around. If you die, you do go back to these checkpoints. Thankfully, you know, it's not, as bad as... Oh, I just actually know something. Oh, that's cool. Yeah! Ah, it's fun. Alright. Just when I think I've seen everything in the game, it gets a little bit better. Oh, I forgot. I can... Never mind, I can double jump as the lion, too. Ooh. Yep, tons of secrets everywhere. These power gems will upgrade your armor, which is really cool. There's a little NPC area that has some side missions, kind of, but they're really... You do it in the actual village itself. You don't go out and, like, do quests, which is a little bit unfortunate. Let's actually go back there. But as you can see, like, we're out of the dungeon now, and the whole world is really nice and colorful. It looks beautiful. I love it to death. It's so nice looking, and there's so many secrets to explore. I'd say this. The game is, the core, like, you know, story, mission, whatever whenever you go somewhere, it is quite linear at times. But when you're out in the overworld, if you want to explore and find all the hidden stuff and all the secrets and everything like that, it can be a bit of a joy. So it's kind of got a little bit for everyone. But it is quite linear in, like, the core of it. Like, when you look at the map right here, as big as it is, right? Like, look at this. Straight line. Oh, you can go down right there. Down again, but straight line mostly. And then, same thing, straight lines. Yeah, now later on these areas you can probably go up, but again, very straight lines. This area is the only different one, but a lot of these are not really connected well. Like you see, like there's no shortcut like in that like area, right? You know, I'm just it's hard to really show you, but like right here. I'm playing with the gamepad, by the way. The game is better played on a gamepad, but you can do it on a keyboard and mouse. It's got a variety of options. It's also got ultra-wide support, which is surprising for a game like this. Yeah, you have a good amount of options to choose from. Audio, sliders, video options, frame rate, limiter. Actually, could I change that and turn it up a little bit? No, I think it's actually locked to 60, which is a little bit annoying. I could be wrong on that. Yeah, good amount of settings, rebindable buttons, which is always nice. Gamepad number, very good, in case you have multiple gamepads plugged in, receivers. Rebindable keys, again, nice. Good port. Oh, and I accidentally put to main menu. It doesn't matter. I was pretty much wrapping it up there. It's a really, really fun game. I think if you're wanting a little bit more of a challenge, more of a true Metroidvania game, you should play Ritual of the Night Moon thing. Came out earlier this year. But if you're wanting something more relaxed, but still fun and challenging, lots of puzzles to solve, Monster Boy in the Cursed Kingdom has a great aesthetic, unlike Ritual of the Night thing. And, as compared to other games, Shantae, I hated the last one, Half Genie Hero. I thought it was pretty boring. The platforming was frustrating, Pirate's Curse. This game, I guess, it would more resemble Pirate's Curse. You know, you have a very linear overworld with a kind of Metroidvania-esque dungeon setup, but you know, it's not, it's got a little bit more going on for it than Shantae did. And it's got the charm, it's got a little bit of everything, and I think it does it all well enough. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Expect a video on my top 5 games of the year this year. And this game might be up there. I'm going to be playing a little bit more, though. See what I think. Thank you so much for watching once again. I will see you next time. I'm out.